And this question's from Teresa Connors from Payments Matters. And her question to you, Nick, is what are the biggest near-term challenges for the new payments architecture? What are the biggest near-term challenges for
Near
the new
term.
payments architecture?
Okay, that's a great question. Near term is the interesting part there. There are a lot of challenges to the MPA. Just to say that I have colleagues who work on the MPA at the PSR, quite a few of them. I'm not one of them, so this is kind of more my view of these things, but I'm aware of what's going on. Um, I mean, clearly, it's a big challenge to do a replatforming. And one of the big things, obviously, is making sure that industry come along with you, right? That's one of the big things. So the kind of engagement, because it's not just about building a platform in the middle, the MPA. It's about making sure that the services that are produced on the MPA are delivered, and that the PSPs who connect to the MPA can actually connect to it and make the changes they need to in their systems. So I think they're the biggest one, making sure the whole industry is set up to deliver it and not just taken in sort of isolation. The other thing is, I think the big thing for me, which is the MPA, but also for the RT renewal program, is ISO 20022 and messaging and enhanced messaging. I think that is a big challenge, because that's more data, different fields, more sort of structured fields as well. And I think that is one where the sort of whole industry has to move alongside it, and I think that is going to be quite a big deal. As I said, it's not just the MPA, but I think that is quite a big near-term challenge. And then also users who then get the enhanced data have to do something with it, right? So the idea is that it's better for reconciliation purposes. It gives you better enhanced sort of analytics in terms of anti-fraud, etc. Some really good stuff there. But the industry outside of necessarily the PSPs have to be set up for it as well. So it's not just about Pay.UK in the middle or the bank in the middle. It's not just about the PSPs who are direct PSPs. It's also around the indirect PSPs. It's also around businesses, corporates, etc. as well. So I think they're all really big challenges that are going to have to be overcome. And that's the sort of thing I would be thinking about, the near-term challenges. Obviously, they've got to procure the system. It's got to be built. I mean, that is a big IT project. Payment systems have done big IT projects in the past. Obviously fast payments were set up, new backs, etc. ICS, for example. These are all big IT projects, and they're all very complex as well. So that's not a little challenge either. It doesn't just stop with procuring a supplier and thinking there you go. It's the build, the testing, and everything else like that. That is obviously a big challenge. But I would be thinking beyond that. What are everyone else around the outside have to do as well, and making sure that that's all lined up, because otherwise that could go in an interesting direction. But also, not all the benefits could be realised if you haven't got everyone set up from, I would say, day one. But having been around a bit, and I think you've been around payments around a bit as well, I think some of that stuff does kind of get phased over time. It isn't necessarily day one, but just that those benefits are realised and that people are kind of set up to either include that additional data in ISO 20022 or use it. I think that's my view anyway. Does that help?